So while the pursuit of Pierre Poutine's true identity carried on in vain in Ottawa, our Diana Swain went back to where this story began, the riding of Guelph.
This is the best-known restaurant in the country today, after its name was used by someone who had a throwaway phone. That phone was used to order misleading phone calls to voters on Election Day. Owner Pierre Lachapelle says he'd heard about the automated calls controversy, but never imagined his business would be drawn into it.
It got me baffled, you know, like, what? I'm not related to anything of those scandals or whatsoever.
Last Election Day, some voters here in Guelph say they received this automated message.
This is an automated message from Elections Canada. Your poll location has been changed.
The call directed them to vote at this mall on Quebec Street, which was wrong. Bill Weingard, a former Conservative MP for the area, who this time worked for the Liberal candidate, says he was in the campaign office when angry calls from misdirected voters started coming in.
We knew that somebody, some group, was trying to manipulate a small part of the election. We didn't know who.
So who was masquerading as Pierre Poutine? No one will say. The Edmonton company whose services were used tells CBC News it doesn't have an account with the local Conservative campaign. However, it says Andrew Prescott, who was deputy director of the campaign and has long been involved in the Conservative Party, has a personal account at the calling company. But there's no evidence Prescott was behind the calls. He was at work today at this Guelph area hospital, but I was told he was unavailable for an interview. Weingard says the sheer number of misdirected voters had the Liberal team so rattled they started drafting a concession speech.
I'm saying what a terrible thing it is. We've lost, but something's happened here.
In the end, if the effort was intended to hurt the Liberal campaign, it didn't work. The party won the riding by more than 6,000 votes over the nearest challenger. Diana Swain, CBC News, Guelph.